How is everybody doing? I hope you're all well. I'm going to take a look at Miles Davis, the Bootleg series volume 7. That's what happened, 1982 to 1985. I'm pretty excited about this one. When I heard it was coming out, I was very excited. I like the Bootleg series. It's been a while since the last one. I think the last one was Miles and Coltrane. And I think that's about 4 years ago or more. I think it was 2018 that came out. But this is the latest edition, and I'm excited because I always felt that over the last 25 years, Columbia, or Sony Columbia Legacy, had kind of neglected Miles' 80s output. Miles went into retirement in 1975. And he became a mythical figure in New York. He was reclusive. He kind of got back working again in late 1980, and in 81 released an album titled The Man with the Horn. Then there was another live album in 82 from concerts that were performed in 81 and stuff. But this one, I always thought that they should do a complete box set, because his contract with Sony, or CBS at the time, ended in 1985, and in that era you had a handful of albums, and I thought they should do a box set of the whole lot, but anyway, this is what we get now. We get this 3 CD set, and it's pretty exciting, and I'll just go through each track, have a look at the discs and stuff like that. So disc 1 here has 10 tracks. It's all studio. Disc 2 the same, and in disc 3 is live in Montreal, July 7th, 1983. So yeah, I guess this starts at 82 because maybe there was nothing in the outtakes of The Man with the Horn. That's what I'm guessing. So, booklet with essays and track information, where they were recorded, and the dates and all that stuff that you usually get. Yeah. I have all the 80s Miles albums, and around the time of The Man with the Horn doesn't sound synthetic, but Star People, that's not bad either. Yeah, it's kind of, I think some of it is live, some is studio, but Decoy and You're Under Arrest are quite synthetic sounding, and the outtakes, or the sessions from these here, are nowhere near as synthetic. So yeah, that's CD1. Columbia standard. And on that one we have Santana, which is a 13-minute jam. Then Minor Ninths Part 1, Minor Ninths Part 2. Then we have Celestial Blues, and that's Part 1, 2 and 3. Then remake of OBX Ballad, full studio session. Freaky Deaky Part 1, Freaky Deaky Part 2. Back then Miles was playing keyboards and stuff, and sometimes it can be irritating, he's just playing, how will I explain that? It's like kind of, if you put a keyboard in front of a young child, they'll just be playing the notes all over the place, because and he's playing an Oberheim OBX, which has kind of got a big fat analog sound to it. But yeah, if you can, there's not too much of that on it, but sometimes it kind of, it's atonal, so it goes all over the place like that. But yeah, there's some great drumming on it by Al Foster and stuff like that, and guitar by John Schofield. Soprano sax by Bill Evans. A lot of people mix him up with the pianist Bill Evans. Bill Evans, pianist, died in 1980 sadly. But Bill Evans, the wind player, the brass player, is on some of these. Time After Time, there's an alternate and a full studio session. This was a hit for Cyndi Lauper. Theme from Jack Johnson, right off intro. That's a great version, really good. Crisp, you can hear everything, it's fantastic. Sound is great. Never Loved Like This, studio session demo. Hopscotch slow, hopscotch fast. Then, What's Love Got to Do With It? Tina Turner had a hit with that in '84. Human Nature, alternate. That was on Michael Jackson's Thriller album, I think written by the guys from Toto. And Katya, full studio session. And CD2 again. Oh, upside down. There you go. And then finally we have a live in Montreal. This is from the outer shrink wrap. I always keep those things. So the musicians are J.J. Johnson, Darryl Jones bass, John McLaughlin guitar, Marcus Miller bass, John Schofield, Mike Stern, both guitarists, Vince Wilburn Jr., he was related to Miles I think, and Manny Moore. So the live concert is actually very good as well. Plenty here for everybody. The different styles, you know, Star People era is, you know, it's 83. Some of that stuff, the horn playing on it sounds like he did back in the late 60s, early 70s. Sometimes his horn sounds quite weak. You know, he was in a lot of pain, I think, with hip problems at the time. So yeah, he wasn't in full health. Very frail looking as well at times. There's some good stuff here. Jean-Pierre is on it. Hopscotch, Code 3, Star People. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, just say, the 80s stuff is terrible. It's not something you go to all the time. You know, the albums like You're Under Arrest and Decoy are pretty synthetic. Some of it is a little bit too much, but this set doesn't kind of go that way. You know, it's yeah, and I'm kind of glad as well, because sometimes the guitar solos are just a bit too much. But John Schofield, I mean, he's fantastic. Even today, he's even after, I'd say, mellowing out a little bit, and he's a great player, and he kind of makes you think. I'm a guitar player myself, and he kind of makes you think, where can I take a solo? You know, it's complex stuff, and very, very interesting. So yeah. Live band, you have Al Foster drums, John Schofield guitar, Bill Evans sax, tenor sax and flute, Darryl Jones bass. Darryl Jones ended up playing with Sting around the time. So yeah, there's something here for everybody. I would say, you know, get it if you know, that's the cover of You're Under Arrest, one of the photo sessions. Yeah, it's worked. You know, I like it. I'm a huge fan, to be honest with you. You know, if everything he releases I buy. I have everything at this stage, the whole shebang, as they say. But yeah, this set is definitely worth having, and I can't recommend it enough. It's not really, it is jazz, but it's jazz in the 80s, which is kind of slightly a little bit colder than some of the 50s and 60s stuff. But you know, if you want classic Miles, go back to the late 50s and the mid 60s with those bands. That's definitely his best music. I like the electric stuff though as well. I like from the late 60s up to when he actually stopped. That's intense stuff. A lot of it is electronic, funk, rock, everything thrown in together. And I find that fascinating that a lot of his peers and stuff never went down that road. So he was a true innovator and a great musician. And listening to this, you know, all those younger musicians are playing with him and stuff, it makes you realize how great he was. That, you know, to see him walk out on stage must have been absolutely mesmerizing. Yeah, he's one cool mother, as they say. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and take care.